Hello, do you drink Romanian wine? Sorry, do you drink Romanian wine? If you don't now, you should seriously consider starting. So, I discovered a fantastic little article in Harper's Wines and Spirits which says there's a UK revival for Romanian wine happening right now. After a 10-year hiatus, Oddbins has signed a deal with Cremili Ricas Winery, which has secured a national listing in Oddbins for its Pinot Grigio, which is from the Banat region in western Romania. Now, if I'd been organised, I would have tried to have actually tracked some of that down, but unfortunately, our local Oddbins didn't have any. So, what I have instead are two other Romanian wines and some fascinating information about Romania and the wine producing there, because I have to say, I knew nothing. Maybe that's because I'm just naive, maybe that's because I wasn't interested, maybe that's because I didn't know they produced wine. That's crazy, because where doesn't now produce wine? But let's have a little chat, shall we, about Romania and their wine producing. So, Romania is one of the largest wine producing regions in the world. It ranks between 5 and 10th and 11th on various different websites. I haven't actually managed to find one that ranks it kind of perfectly, but it's up there in like the top 15 easily. It's got a winemaking tradition which dates back 4,000 years. 4,000 years! And it all even manages to tie itself in with some sort of mythical history about Dionysus, or Dionysus, I can't pronounce it, so sorry, the god of wine, who they think was actually born on part of southeast Romania, the Dobrogea region. Now, the actual winemaking industry in Romania has gone through various phases or stages which have really affected the wine producing. First of all, we had the period in the 19th century up to about World War I, where there was really quite close relationships with the French, which were made even closer when in the last 2 decades phylloxera actually decimated the vines and led to a lot of French replanting. So that a lot of the French vine varietals actually came into Romania at that point, which really changed the face of Romanian wine quite considerably. In the interwar period, this was characterised by closer links with Germany and Austria. Wow, they like making friends with their neighbours, don't they? Yep, this was the point when the spritzer wine came into being. Shame I don't have one today, but I'm definitely interested in finding out more now that I know there is one. I didn't before. Communist rule, 1948 to 1989. A lot of things happened, and it did in wine as well. 3 distinct wine-producing organisations developed. First, research institutes. 2, wine estates. 3, cooperative vineyards linked to state wineries. Problem with that? Emphasis was put on quantity rather than quality. So, post-1989 and the liberalisation of the economy, well, positive things. The cooperative vineyards have been returned to their private owners and research institutes have redefined their role in the wine sector. Now, this has meant that suddenly there is a lot of wine being produced in Romania, and I think it's time for us all to get a little bit more interested in it because it is at bargain prices. So, before we get on to the bargain prices of the really quite astounding wine, just to familiarise yourself, grape varieties in Romanian this area that they are produced. And we have the European varietals, which are things the French brought in the 19th century. But then we also have the remnants, the old vines and the old Romanian varieties, which have fantastic names. Listen to this one. Fetiesca Negra, the Black Maiden. Followed by Fetiesca Alba, the White Maiden. Fetiesca Regala, can you guess? Yes, the Royal Maiden. And then Tamiosca Romanesca, Romanian Incense Maiden. Although I have to say, on the back of this bottle, it actually says that and Tamiosca Romanesca, an indigenous Romanian variety known locally as the frankincense grape for its aromatic qualities. So, incensed, it might be more frankincense. There's a lot of various literature out in the Romanian wines. I've tried to just, take the crucial bits for you here. Okay, so 1.7 the total arable land in Romania is under vine, and this has been estimated about 242,700 242, 100,000, 700,000 acres. 242,700. Numbers are not my forte, but you can tell it's a large area. So, on to the wine. Well, I've chosen 2 wines to have a look at today, and these have been chosen because I feel they give a good spectrum on really what is being produced at the site there. Right. First of all, the Pinot Grigio. This is by Terra d'Asia Selection. On the back it says, it's grown on the gently sloping hills of southwestern Transylvania. In the ancient land of Dacia, this wine is a living testament to 2,000 years of winemaking tradition and excellence. The first written history of Dacian viticulture comes from the Greek geographer Strabo, 1st century BC, who described the world's first prohibition